It's there still, yeah. It's been rocking for, again, another 20 or 30 years for sure.
Sheridan and 285.
Yeah, J Cafe.
I'll stop there and then I'll hit, 285 out towards Morrison. We're gonna come out there and give some love to Papa Bear as well.
Dude, absolutely. And it's got so Tony Rigatoni's. So Tony's is downstairs, and then they turned the upstairs into this. They knocked the roof off, and they have this rooftop tavern. There's like a rooftop patio out there. See Red Rocks from there. It's got a nice little view, all that.
Best dish to get there.
One of the most popular, and I think it's worth it too. It's the chicken caramia.
Okay, noted. We're gonna try it.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very good.
All right, so it sounds like a great place you would take a date. Maybe me and Morgan sneak out there before we go to a concert this summer.
It is a great pregame for a show.
We got Panic on Saturday. Maybe that's a vibe with Charlie and the crew.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting bunch as they come back from out of town. But speaking of, date nights and things of that nature, what was the last time you pulled the trigger on a really nice meal? What's a vibe that you really enjoyed them gracing their presence in Denver?
One of the most recent ones that I did, and it's honestly not like crazy pricey either, which that's always nice. Daughter, Thai. You guys been to Daughter?
Oh yeah, over there on Platt Street.
Yeah, I enjoyed that place a lot. The ribs, the money bags. I had the khao soi kai, like curry noodles. That place I think just had great flavors, and I think it's a little bit underrated.
You think so? Because I feel like it is the 1A for nice Thai food.
Well, yeah, what else? What to compete? Yeah, what else is there? So.
It's like that, or I guess Farmhouse out there off Wads.
Right.
But Farmhouse is a little bit pricier and doesn't have the vibe that Daughter Thai does.
Yeah.
So, oftentimes, if you ask for a Thai recommendation, that will probably be the first one I'd like to throw out. But at the same time, that is a good call for date night too. It's a vibe.
I think it's a good one, man. I think it's a good one. Another date night spot. Brasserie Brixton is killing it right now.
They really. Yeah. I can't think. They're up there. Them and Fifth String, I feel like are really hitting their stride and kind of figuring out how they want to present themselves, and they're just knocking the bottom out of it.
And then that brasserie's great too, because I can't remember
Yacht Club.
Yeah, Yacht Club, dude. The bar right next door. So you do that, and then you just migrate over there. That's a good date night.
It is a great date night. It usually leads to a second one.
Yeah, right.
A second date?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was about to be nice. I thought you meant a second dinner.
A second child. A second child.
I was like, it usually leads to catching brain. I had a good question. Okay, here's a good question.
Yeah.
What position did you play in football, first off?
I played receiver.
Okay. And then what was the food that you would eat before games up in Boulder? If y'all were at you eat in the cafeteria or whatever, what's your, this is what I'm getting before a game meal?
Are you talking about game day?
Day before game, or what? Do y'all usually have a meal as a team before the game?
Yeah, we did. So if it's a home game, we would do... Man, Pasta J's?
Yeah.
They actually catered all our shit, because if it was a home game, we would have to do the parade walk, through Pearl Street.
Yeah.
And then we just get a plate, and then they make you stay in the hotel the night before.
Yeah.
So it was really just
Cisco foods?
Yeah, exactly. Just hotel buffet food,
Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah, it wasn't anything crazy. So you would have your go-tos and stuff, you'd go back. But I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't anything crazy. We're out at the Omni.
Is that in off 36?
The Omni
next
Interlochen.
Yeah,
that was the hotel that you stay at and before games, and it was all right. There's steaks and fucking just shit like that. Pretty much whatever you want: steaks, chicken, pasta, and all that. So it's not it was awful. I'm not like that. I'm not complaining, but it wasn't anything like you said. I feel like. You, yourself, myself, a little bit of a snob about it,
I like to say we're pretentious. Snobby sounds like we have I'm an asshole.
I just care about what I'm going to eat. My girlfriend's like, you're so picky. I'm like, I'm not picky. I'll eat whatever, but I'm going to have an opinion about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to spend my money where I don't want to give my money to the douchebags from Federales. I hammer them every time. But why go to a chain when there's a local person that's killing the exact same
I've said
style?
that so many. Well, even just our office is right at 31st and Larimer. so, just by Callie's, shout out to Callie's. I go over there a couple times a week to get my pack of joints. But, and no slight to anybody on the block. Like, there's a lot of great restaurants right there and great restaurateurs off Larimer, Dio Mio and Redeemer. And I think there's a lot of great food right there. But it's like I call it like the rhino tax. Like, everything in that little like circumference is all 20 to 30, 40% more expensive than it should be. If I just drive a little bit out, like go to Denver Central Market, if I want a breakfast burrito, it's $16. If I drive up to 52nd in Washington to Gomez Burritos, arguably a much better breakfast burrito, it's $3.99 for the small one and $6 for the big one, which is like can't even finish it.
I fucking could not agree more. And La Diabla is my, getaway. Like, if you want to sit and have a tequila and eat a taco, go to La Diabla. You can get 2 for $4.
Yes, sir.
Like, with a cocktail included.
Guadalajara in Westminster is another great one, too.
Okay.
It's off 72nd.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, and I'm sure.
The one on 32nd, that Guadalajara?
That's the one I was thinking of.
That's a good one, too.
Okay. That's the one I was thinking. When you said Westminster.
I saw your face. But so the one up Westminster, that one's a little bit more in the cut, but same thing. It's just like really packed with locals. Pretty much like you're like gonna be the only gringo in there if you go. It's like all Mexican people.
I love that
like,
part of eating it, and that's the best part about like going to Aurora. Like obviously gas is a bitch, so you may actually be paying as much as you would if you were at DCM or whatever.
Right.
But they have a killer Paloma at DCM.
Yeah.
But like going to
like
the flavor corner or old Havana, a Havana Street run, it's just, you can't beat it.
Yeah.
I love it.
No. It's like not it's not, I feel like Denver people are really not there yet, not on to that yet. Like there's people that are, and people who are really interested in food and eating, especially, multicultural food are making that trip out to Aurora. But I feel like, a lot of the people who are new to Denver or, just kind of younger or just kind of like have the blinders on or just like aren't as interested in that, they're not making that trip out there. They're just, doing the Denver spots. And I feel like it's not as trendy feeling out there. You know what I mean? Like for the younger crowd, it's not as like Aurora places, like you said, they're deep, far out there. And it's not like they're not trying to, it doesn't look all fucking crazy. It doesn't
look
like,
a picture in front of it.
Doesn't look like Uchi when you walk in. You know what I mean? So like, it's not like this vibe. They're just like there to serve you fucking good food, which is like what it should be about. But vibes are nice too, But I get it. That's just what I feel like with the Aurora thing, though. It's cool because it's still like this. It's like the next untapped thing right now if you're in Denver, kind of.
I couldn't agree more. And the Flavor Corner and I have become very intimate friends. And I don't mean the Flavor Corner like the backside. I mean the Flavor Corner like the place on Colfax and Chambers, and I'm the only one that speaks English, and it's fucking glorious. Yeah. I've gotten so many knockoff soccer jerseys. I can't wait for the World Cup. In addition to fire fucking tacos, and occasion they'll just give you a sausage when you walk in. They're like $2, and I'm like, give it to me. And you just walk around just like honking it like it's a corn dog or a popsicle, but it's just a fucking case chorizo. I love it. But talking untapped, you obviously do travel despite the jokes that we make. Not thinking vintage stores. What's an under or a kept secret on the food scene? So like you're a foodie, you're not a snob, but you'll go out of your way to find the good stuff. What's a city that maybe, obviously everyone knows the big ones. What's a city you've been like, oh shit, they're sleeping on some really dank food over here?
Philadelphia.
Really?
I thought Philly had some great food, man.
Jeff,
so we do Philly and ThriftCon. I really did.
You said that quick, so you knew that. That's your vibe. What was the vibe? Was it the cheesesteaks or was it the fine dining?
Well, actually, one of the first things we ate out there was a cheesesteak, and it was a place that a bunch of people had told us to go, and it was a little bit out of the city because we were traveling back and forth. Our venue was like 25, 30 minutes out. Went and had this cheesesteak, and it was the end of August. No, actually, when we were out there, it was July, because this was just Ken and I. We were out there looking for the venue at this point, and it was god awful hot, dude. It was like 96 degrees, and we're just out there in the sun. It was like a spot that was only a stand, so like you couldn't even walk inside. Like you ordered outside, just sat there sweating and like roasting in the sun, and then they just hand you this like scorching hot cheesesteak. And you like sit there and you just try to enjoy it, and it was like one of the worst fucking experiences, dude. Cheesesteak wasn't even that good, and then we sat here like, is this what everyone's so fucking excited about? Like, if this is like what Philly is like claiming is their food,
Pats
like,
and Geno's like battles, like this is what y'all are fighting with?
Oh, dude, but they redeemed themselves. Angelo's in South Philly, unbelievable.
Yeah,
that is one of the best. That is the best cheesesteak I've ever had, for sure, and also one of the best pizzas I've ever had.
I think that's an AJ Scheffler who does Little Arthur's Hoagies. He speaks of that place very highly.
He does. I've heard him. I don't know that dude, but I've been following him for a month or two now.
Yeah,
and I've seen him talk about it in the captions when he talks about his inspiration for the hoagies.
Yeah,
it is, and that place is unfucking real, man. You know who else? You know the dude from I don't know his goddamn name. The guy from Barstool who does the
Dave
pizza
Portnoy?
reviews. Yeah, Portnoy. He also that's one of his highest scores ever. I didn't know that until after I ate it, and someone told me that. But that's apparently one of Portnoy's highest scores ever is Angelo's in Philly.
Fuck yeah. And they apparently have legal-ish weed over there. They're working through the process.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a Commonwealth, so they're fucking crazy. But at the same time, they're also about to put Dr. Oz in the Senate, so they're really crazy.
So we may have to make a trek out there.
We
also went to a place out there called Safta. Nope, not Safta. Fuck. Zahav.
Yeah, I've heard that place is
Zahav
rad.
is like a Michelin star chef who has this like I said Safta because it's like Mediterranean. Same kind of style of food, but like his take on some of the things. They had this like molasses, like pork. It was that place was crazy, man. That place was crazy. We took our ladies there, just me and Ken. Like one night, we like split off from the team and like took
a little double date.
Oh yeah, it was nice. But Zahav, Zahav, that place, man. Look that up. I got his cookbook from there and everything too. It's very
I've heard about that place and I've followed it. Like obviously, I don't know when I'm ever going to be in Philly, but if I am, I'm going to that spot. And I've also heard something that's crazy about Philly. Is like I guess there's a bigger Hispanic population there than we may know, but apparently there's some lady there that does this crazy barbacoa.
She just won a James Beard.
Yeah, I've heard about her spot, and it's supposed to be
I'm going
fucking
back
nuts.
next month, boys, so I need to know who the fuck that is and where I can get it.
We'll let you know.
They also have a Terminal Reading Market, which is like either the biggest or oldest, like, you know, it's basically like Denver Central Market times 1,000. Like there's probably 30, 40 different concepts. It's any food you would want. There's like a couple different Amish people in there. The donuts were fucking crazy. Fresh fish and all this stuff.
Amish, donuts? Or
Amish
donuts? Amish donuts.
Amish donuts, dude. The Amish donuts.
Amish donuts.
Yeah, these Amish
people. They just churn that shit.
What
do they fry it with? They don't. How do they?
I don't
just
know.
do it over like an open fire. They just pour it in a
so
cask.
good. It was honestly, oh man. Yeah, Terminal Reading Market. We go to one of those markets in damn near every single city we go to for ThriftCon.
The food hall scene.
So easy because we take about 15, 16 people with us from
Everybody can
Denver.
get what they want.
Right. So it's so great for the squad to like just pull up there and everyone kind of, you know, does what they want, gets what they want. But that one, I think it takes the cake, dude. It hands down. It's the biggest one. It's in a cool part of town. It's popping. Like, I mean, there is. You know, you can get a cheesesteak there if you want. There's one of the spots, I can't remember what it was, but it's like it's like a super fire traditional like Jewish deli. So I had a good Reuben from there. But yeah, Terminal Reading Market. That's another reason to go to Philly, man. Like I said, that and there's a ton of cool history in Philly too. You just walk around,
architecture,
look at shit, eat stuff. It's a good trip. It's like a city I would have never went to. I don't think like let me just travel to Philly. Like I don't think you like think about that when you're booking vacations. But you should because it's good.
Hey, that was a really good pitch for Andy had that right off the top of his noggin, so I like it.
Nick Cage stole a couple of documents from there.
Yeah, I feel like I know the city already. I watched him gallivant all through it. Okay, so you've done fairly well, both in the food concept as well as in the vintage scene. Before we go, we were going to ask you a couple quick questions we like to ask all of our guests just to kind of really set the tone and allowed for people to make fun of you later.
Amazing.
And this first question is the Stoned Appetit question of the week, sponsored by Seed and Smith Dart Pen. For those that are listening to this, I said earlier that we were going to drop this in 2 weeks. Well, we're actually dropping it this week because this coming Sunday, June 26th,